Good morning, my brothers and my sisters. Man, I hope this video finds you alive and well, and just want to thank God for yet another weekend, right? A lot of folks set out to enjoy this weekend, but unfortunately, that was not the case. So let us rejoice and be glad in it. So I just want to share a quick testimony. Y'all know when I say quick, it really ain't gonna be quick, but I'm gonna try my best. So this past Thursday night, right, we found ourselves, me, my family, my wife, my son, and the dog, we found ourselves in the midst of a storm, like literally. And so as we began to watch the news, there was severe weather in the area. And then it went from that to a tornado watch. And I can't remember a time, maybe when I was little, when, you know, it would be around us, but it wouldn't be like near us, like right there, like you are in the midst of it. And so as we began to look at the news, and, you know, it started to move our way, like literally. And at this point, my wife, she freaking out. She giving me anxiety on 1,000. Let me just be crystal clear on that. And so I began to get worried. And it really got real when we started cleaning out the downstairs closet as a place of safety. And it was almost like something just spoke to me and said, go pray. Go pray. So I go upstairs and I pray. And I'm just asking the Lord for protection in the middle of a storm. You know, it's easy to pray and have faith when you ain't really in the midst of a storm. Or I won't say it's a little difficult. It's a little harder, right? And when you know a storm is coming, it ain't nothing that you can do about it. So you got to put your whole faith in God. And, you know, and you got to believe and trust him at his word. And there's one thing that I know is that he always hears the prayers of his righteous children. He does. And I know I wasn't the only one praying in this neighborhood. I know I wasn't the only one praying in where we live at. And I began to get this uneasy feeling. And it, you know, it didn't sit well. And my heart began to race. And we got all of this stuff going on. My wife is outside, like turning over the chairs, and she's just on 1,000. My son, he is wanting to see the tornado. The dog, he ain't obeying. He won't stay in the closet. And it really hit home when they showed our street, and, you know, I could see, you know, the wind blowing, or I could see the effects of the wind blowing, and the rain just began to pour and pour, and they was like telling us to take shelter, and we were in the red, and it just got real. It got real for a second. But I just want y'all to know, just like that storm is real, God is real too. And he is the one who controls that storm. And thanks be to God, that storm passed right over us. It did. And it was almost like we got a sigh. You know, we took a sigh and was like, in a deep breath, you know, just to collect ourselves and just realize, like, what could have happened. And immediately, my attention turned to those who were still in the midst of that storm. And that's why it's important that we continue to pray for other people. You don't have to know them. You don't have to know their situation. But just know everybody needs prayer. And my attention turned from myself, and it turned outwardly. And I started praying for those individuals that were in the midst or in this storm's pathway, that they too will be saved. And they too will be given grace and mercy and be able to stand firm in this storm and walk out of it, you know, with no damage being done. And it was just one of those things, man. It just that storm, it hit different. That tornado watch, it hit different this time. And so I just want to remind some of y'all, man, pray for people. Just because, you know, we pray for ourselves when we in the midst of a storm, man, pray for other people who are about to go either through that same storm or another storm in their life, or just a storm in general, right? So be mindful, man. Be mindful that God is listening and he hears all and he knows all. Yes, he does. And I'm just thankful that he showed us just a little bit of grace and mercy. So I just wanted to share that testimony with y'all. So I was a little bit 5 minutes and over, but hey, at least it ain't one of those long drawn out ones. But I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Y'all stay blessed. Have a amazing weekend, and most of all, go talk to God. I promise you, he would love to hear from you.